Ever wanted to know what a full-time eBay reseller does? Well, today you're going to find out because you're going to join me on a little bit of a day in the life. First things first, we need to hit the charity shop just down there on our way to the unit, just in case we can find something that we can flip online for a profit. So, Willowbrook Hospice, what have you got for me today? I was tempted with these, but I don't really do too well with Nike trainers at the moment, and the bubbles have kind of, they're not in that great of condition, to be honest. Don't tend to do very well with Nike Air Maxes. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much for us here today, if I'm honest, because I was here on the weekend and I couldn't find much either. So I think we could be on for a bit of a loss here, which isn't a bad thing, considering I've probably got, I wouldn't even like to know how much I've got of unlisted stock to go through. So rather buying some stuff from the charity shops, we should probably just go to the unit and list some bits and pieces. Okay. Next stop, the unit, and let's just see where the day takes us. I have no specific plans on what we're going to do today, but that's the beauty of working for yourself. You can kind of just make it up on the spot and just go with the flow. So next stop, the unit. Oakley dokely do, unit, we meet again, and for the 15,000th time that everyone mentions about these lights, they are actually getting fixed before July the 4th. We're going to get strip lights here, and we're going to come off this this timer thing. So I told you guys I'm working on it slowly but surely, but these lights will be changed to just standard lights. Halla flippin' hallelujah. We are also in the process of expanding the business. We're having an extra building attached to the side of this building. I can't show you that just yet. I thought I would be able to, but we are still finalising paperwork and all that good stuff. So I can't show you that, but you will want to be subscribed because the expansion of RummageAround is only getting bigger. We have £348.62 of eBay orders going out the door, which miraculously has already been packed. Happy days. We've also got 4 Vinted orders going out and 3 Amazon going out as well. So yes, all 3 marketplaces are firing nicely now. Now that we've got all 3 of them in a good place, we can slowly but surely see the difference. And I always say this, don't always put your eggs in one basket. Try and cross-list over to Vinted, at least have eBay and Vinted. And, you know, if one fails for the day, hopefully the other one sort of picks it up. It's well worth cross-listing over via sort of, I don't know, we use CrossList and ZipSell to help cross-list our products, but definitely do that. Trust me. I know a lot of you like the whiteboard, so what we're going to do is go through the whiteboard today, and we'll show you what's been listed this week so far, the total sales, Vinted, and just the last 5 weeks of listed and sales. There's a lot to do, but yeah, we'll go through the whiteboard first. In terms of what's been listed, this is what we're listing value-wise per week. So in week 1 was 7,399, and so on and so forth. This is since we've taken on Connor, and then this is the sales of the same week, basically. So it's quite interesting because week 5, we had our second highest listed value, but it was in fact our worst sales week on eBay. So that's quite interesting to know. Obviously, it's all retrospective, isn't it? Like, it is what it is. Sometimes we might be listing sort of higher value stuff, slightly slower rate of sales, but it's just interesting to see when it's clearly on a whiteboard. And yes, some eagle-eyed viewers would have noticed that this is a PSA graded card. This is my first ever PSA graded card that I've packed myself and sent off. And thanks to James Collects for doing this for me. But that is my first ever PSA graded card. If it was a 10, probably looking at about 500 quid. 8, you're probably looking at about 70 quid. Still profit to be made on that. So I'm unsure what I want to do with that. I might sell it, but I might keep it because it is my first ever graded card. So far, we have listed on Monday £1,455. Tuesday, we're looking at £690. And today, being Wednesday, we've done a grand total of absolutely nothing. So that needs to change. And in terms of sales, Monday we're looking at £595, and on Tuesday we're looking at £553. That, I do want to stress, is just eBay. So that is eBay sales only, eBay listed value only. That doesn't take into consideration Vinted or Amazon. We need to pack some Amazon orders, so there's £4 profit there. Somebody bought 3 of them, so that's for a £12 profit. Oh, I do love the new packing area. It's so good. These benches cost £202 each, and I tell you now, having an actual designated area, its own room, has been an absolute beautiful decision. It's just nice to have somewhere where you can have a whole room dedicated to packing. It makes it so much more pleasant. I've decided to do some listings. So we're going to start off with this Canon Maxi 5 triple pack of ink. Unfortunately, it is missing one. I think it's missing yellow. But we still should be able to get about 25 to 30 quid for this. That can live in the O box until it sells. Ink is by far one of the best items to start selling on eBay. We sell it still to date, and I've been doing this for 6 years, and it absolutely flies. So if you find any ink, especially Canon, HP, definitely search up on the field or in the car boots or in the charity shops, wherever you are, but try and start selling some ink for quick, fast money, because I tell you now, I say it time and time again, but trust me, ink is one of the best selling categories on eBay of all time. I've just noticed these could do with recasing. Look at Croc's absolutely battered. These obviously will be listed disc only. I might have, would you look at that? I just found this on the floor and now I found the disc for it. So now I'm just missing the case. Demolition Racer, and I'm going to replace the case on that. I don't even know what this person's done to this. They've absolutely butchered that. But I think I'm going to take some time and really make these PlayStation 1 games pop a little bit more and actually put covers on them just to increase that value. Like this Yu-Gi-Oh game is actually worth a fair chunk, and the disc's super clean thanks to Jack Dobbins. Like, that is perfect, absolutely spotless. But yeah, I'm now going to take some time to replace some of these and hopefully get some of these listed today as well. Replacing PlayStation 1 games isn't for the light-hearted, because you might snap a few. I've managed to pop it off one of them. Now I've got to attach it to this one. So genuinely, here goes nothing. Oh, that's popped in nicely, I think. Nope. Come on, pop in. Come on. Yes. The first one of the day has been completed. Well, that looks 10 times better. Minus the creases in the inlay, but I can't really do much about that today. So I'm going to get that listed now, I think. I think that will be a nice, easy listing, and it should sell relatively quickly. On eBay, it's all about finding them fast-selling items, and you can do that by looking at the sell-through rate on your items, and video games especially are flying at the moment still. So we try and list as much video game category as possible and get the money back into our bank account to reinvest into future stock. And then obviously we have our slower seller stuff, but they do sell eventually, and that's trainers. To be fair to you, ladies and gentlemen, trainers are slow sellers, but when they do sell, it's already a nice sale. We've got an offer on them at the moment for £47. I think they owe us 20 quid from Nike Outlet. I'm very much tempted to take that, to be honest, because they've had them for a while. But yeah, it's always nice to have faster seller items with the slightly slower ones. Just finding that balance between what you can afford to hold on to versus when you want money back, what can you sell? That was a £14 listing, but now we've changed the case over, made it look a little bit better. It's now worth £25. If it was in immaculate condition without these creases, it's a nice £30 game there. And the Yu-Gi-Oh can sit in games 1 box until it sells. Don't you just love it when somebody buys an item and then cancels straight away? Well, that's just happened to us with a £60 Wii. Brilliant. Update on the board, we have listed £220 worth of stock so far. And the current time is midday. Time to test the PS1. Just because I fancy testing something. Oh la la. We have picture. It's also reading discs. I've not actually tested anything in the new testing room. So the first item that we actually have tested is a PS1 and it's fully working. So in the new testing room, I have a 100% success rate. And that is all down to the room. The room has made this PlayStation 1 work. I mean, tell me a better job where you can sit down, relax, and play some Toka 2 or Toka 2? No idea, but I can do it. in my own will. Because you've got to test everything thoroughly, correct? Do you know what? Sometimes I test things too much and I end up spending like half an hour playing a game. Let's get a picture of it working to increase that buyer confidence. I'll tell you what, the graphics on video games have come a long, long way, haven't they? Look at that. That is insane. That's just a mishmash of pixels. We're just going to test another game just to make 100% sure that this is working. And we've gone for Theme Park World. What a classic. That game came out in 2000. What's that? 25 years ago. That's crazy to think, isn't it? 25 years ago, Theme Park World came out. Wowzers. Oh my days. This is a throwback. Yep, I am super happy that that is working. I'm now going to give it a clean the lens with some isopropyl alcohol, and it should be absolutely golden. Let's make this looking absolutely beautiful and charge about £45 for it. Yeah, as you can see, this PS1 has seen better days. So I'm just going to give this a really nice clean inside, and hopefully we can charge full whack for that. To be fair, it's one of the quickest PS1s I've seen in terms of loading discs. Like, that's pretty good, so the lens must be sensational. The games are pretty scratched but clearly work, but yeah. Nice £45 listing here, and it should not last too long at all. Next up on the testing station, we have a Blu-ray 3D player with a Samsung remote. Bosh. Name me a better Blu-ray to test with than Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Dwayne Johnson, legends. Absolutely love this series. And for the moment of truth, does it play discs? Find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5 and a quarter. Halla flippin' hallelujah. Yeah, don't mind me. I've just spent 8 minutes and 10 seconds watching Fast and Furious 5. Take a picture of it working to increase buyer confidence, and that is another good listing. £35 to be exact. That is not bad at all for a Blu-ray player. There's still money in Blu-ray players, especially if you find ones with the remote. And I stress that because the remotes for stuff like that really does increase value. So if you do find some in the wild, try and make sure you do pick them up with a remote. And would you look at that? The Blu-ray player, pre-packed, because we pre-pack everything and we go with the flow. Hopefully that will sell, I'm going to say about a week. I reckon in a week's time, that is a goner. The reason why we pre-pack everything is because it makes it a little bit easier, especially on Mondays. That can live on Racking 23 until it sells. It's now time to give this PlayStation 1 the TLC it deserves. Do that by, yeah, that. What are these things called again? Wet wipes? Baby wipes? Yeah, one of them. We're going to try and use that. Hopefully that takes most of the grime off. And let's make this look really nice for a potential buyer. I tell you what, that is super clean now. I tell you what, baby wipes, man, they do the trick. I'm pretty impressed at how clean that has come. We have now listed it, 40 quid. We're going to pre-pack it now, put it on Racking 23 until it sells. That hopefully shouldn't last too long at 40 quid. Boy, it's time to test this. We have had that bit of kit in for probably nearly pushing a year. So let's get this tested, and we'll probably sell it separately depending on what works, what doesn't, because it's inevitable when you buy a stack system like Said So right behind me, it's not going to all work. We've been there, done that, got the t-shirt plenty of times, but yeah, we're going to go and test that now and see what actually works. I mean, it all powers on nicely and looks kind of pretty. I think we're working. I'm hoping you can hear that. That means the Sony CD player, digital disc player is working, and the amp is working. So that should be absolute money right there. The one thing that doesn't work quite so much is the tape. The actual bands always, most possibly, always need to be replaced. So I'm hoping we could be in luck here. As expected, absolutely nothing going on with this. The bands aren't even moving, not even turning the cogs in the background. So I think I might have a look at either trying to save it or just sell it as spares and repairs. It probably only needs band replacements, which is what I thought, because that always seems to be a problem with cassette tape decks. It's just a shame that we can't get that working because everything else, including the speakers, work absolutely beautifully. The last thing that I'm going to test before I go out and hit maybe a singular charity shop is this Bose speaker. These never normally work, but the contact I got them from, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this should work. I found an adapter which will be able to use the old iPhones, and hopefully we can get some sort of oomph out of this. I mean, this has been a video for throwbacks, but who remembers an old school iPod classic rocking around school with this bad boy? This is clearly working, as you can hear, probably through the mic, absolutely buzzing. Oh, another item that needs a good old clean. Gonna clean this and then pack it, list it, and then we may accidentally fall into a single charity shop to finish today's day. Yeah, we've got this cleaned up now, looking absolutely beautiful, thanks to the old wet wipes or baby wipes. Look how much grime came off that. But anyway, Series 1 this is. Not as much as I was hoping for, to be honest, even working. You're probably looking at around about 30 quid for that, which isn't too bad. 30, 35. I think I'm going to aim for 35 and just see what happens. I'm just glad that 95% of the stuff that we have tested today is fully working, which is an absolute result. Normally, days like this don't come too often, so you got to take full advantage of that. Going to get this pre-packed, put on rack in 8, and then we're going to go hit a charity shop to finish this video off very nicely. Well, hopefully, depending if we find anything at the charity shop. We have made it to Billinge and end up in a charity shop. And here we are. Doesn't seem much for us here at all. See, I would normally pick these up 7 quid, but they're UK size 30. That's a little bit small, so I think not today. Ugh, let's put you back where you belong. There we go. Well, that's a shame because we normally do pretty well there. I guess it's just not meant to be today for charity shopping. Oh, well, I might as well end the video there. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy a little bit of a day in the life of with me and what I get up to on a day-to-day basis running a full-time UK, eBay, Amazon and Vinted online shenanigans. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy that, please leave me a like, a rating. It means the world to me. And if you got this far, leave a comment saying expressions. Yeah, write the comment expressions if you got this far to the video. And I've been your boy Kieran, and I'll see you beautiful lot in the next one. Bish, bash, flipping.